I know that a lot of people don't think that cats have attachment to their owners or even sort of recognize the owners beyond being a paid slave. What was your experience of how you engaged with the cats and they engaged with you?
I think that is a bit of a fallacy. Like, I do think cats can be quite aloof, and sometimes, you do feel like you're a bit of a roommate to them, rather than, an owner that takes care of them. But I felt very loved by Spence and Nips, especially when you meet other cats who aren't approachable, who aren't cuddly. Spence and Nips just love to smooch and love to cuddle. And now that they're no longer with me, those are the things that I remember when I would pick them up and hug them, how they'd snuggle into my shoulder or something like that. So yeah, I felt very, very loved. Whenever I'd come back from a trip, and I'd sit down on the couch, they'd both crawl up and lie on my chest, that heartbeat to heartbeat feeling. And yeah, they were definitely very affectionate cats, but it's not just because of food or body warmth or anything like that. They knew who their owner was. They knew their home. They knew where they belonged, basically. So that's how I equate that love, that sort of freedom to express yourself in a really safe way. And yeah, that's what I saw in them every single day. So I felt very loved, and they knew that they were loved as well.
When you came home for the day and maybe you hadn't seen Spence or Nipster for a little while, what were they like when you walked in the door? Can you talk me through that?
They'd come straight to the door. I was food in their mind as well. They say when you're trying to get animals to get closer to your children, you get the kids to feed them because it, just establishes a bond. To them, I was their food. I was their treat giver. Danny, my partner, he absolutely loved them and fed them and looked after them, but they didn't appreciate that in him. In me, they were just like, you are the primary caregiver. Yes, we absolutely love you. So they would come bounding towards the door. They were both very vocal cats. As male gingers, they say that they're quite a vocal breed. They'd come to the door and they just meow, 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 like very, very vocal, very loud. And we lived in quite a few different rentals and stuff, and they were so adaptable. Every single house we went to, they were really adaptable. And there was this one house we had with a very deep front porch, and that is where they liked to hang out every day. I'd pull my car into the front yard, and they'd, get up and stretch from where they'd been lying on the porch and walk over to the car to meet me. So yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Was there ever any situations they got themselves into besides just rocking up into the neighbour's house and saying, "Hi, I'm here," that stood out for you in terms of your memories of these two beautiful boys?
Oh, actually, there's so many. How long is this podcast? Um, The Adventures of Spence and Nipster should be a children's series. There was so much going on constantly. I used to call Nipster the $6 million cat because he had a couple of major surgeries in his life and everything, and we almost lost him once, which was about illness. And but yeah, he just we just kept replacing parts of him and all of that sort of stuff.